Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
Not immediate. We'll call on our communication officer, lawyer Sami JMP, to address the press conference. So please, all phones will be on silence, and I would urge all of us that we shouldn't cross the microphones the moment that he's here. Thank you very much. Let's welcome the National Communications Officer.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the media. On behalf of the leadership of the National Democratic Congress, I would like to thank you for honoring our invitation at such short notice. You are warmly welcome to the headquarters of the great NDC for this all-important press conference. Before we proceed further, permit me to acknowledge various media networks who are streaming this all-important engagement live on their highly esteemed platforms. We are grateful to Joy News Television for streaming this program live. We are also live on UTV, TV3 intermittently, GH1, Metro TV, Kesbin FM and the affiliate stations in the Ashanti region and across the country, TVXYZ, Pan-African TV, CTV, Loud Silence TV, Ahoto 92.3 FM, Power 97.9 FM, Asempa 94.7 FM, Radio Gold 90.5 FM, and on the NDC Official Communication Bureau pages on Twitter and Facebook. We are also live on Adeshia FM 99.1 in Kumasi, Sunyane FM 88.1 in Sunyane, Tadi FM, Dagbon 102.5 FM in Tamale, Accra 100.5 FM, Class FM, and also on Media General, we are live on Unuya TV, we are live on 3FM, and we are live on Unuya FM. We are most grateful to all these media partners for giving us live coverage for this very important press conference. Ladies and gentlemen, in recent weeks, we have keenly followed ongoing proceedings of the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament on the report of the Auditor General on public boards, corporations, and statutory bodies for the year ended 31st December 2022. The ongoing Public Accounts Committee hearings have brought to the fore some very disturbing issues that border on corruption and abuse of public funds by certain state institutions. Of particular interest to us is the latest revelation about the colossal expenditure made by the Minerals Income Investment Fund, MIF, on the botched Agyapa royalties deal. Ladies and gentlemen, during the committee's consideration of the report of the Auditor General on the accounts of MIF for the period ended 31st December 2022, the Chief Executive Officer of MIF, one Edward Nana Yao-Cranton, disclosed that a humongous amount of $12 million, equivalent to 153 million Ghana cedis, which is equivalent to 1.5 trillion old Ghana cedis, was spent on the aborted, or should I say stillborn, Agyapa royalties scam. Ladies and gentlemen, during the committee's consideration of the report, the CEO of MIF stated that this colossal amount was spent on the setting up of the Agyapa SPV, the payment of so-called consultancy fees, and the rental of office space, and the processes leading to the initial public offering towards the listing of Agyapa royalties on the London Stock Exchange. This is what they claim to have spent 153 million cedis, equivalent to 1.5 trillion old Ghana cedis on. The Ghanaian public was taken aback by these disclosures, which add to the never-ending list of corruption scandals that have plagued the nation under the watch of President Akuffo Addo and his corrupt protege, Alhaji Mahamadou Bawumia. For us in the National Democratic Congress, this disclosure does not come as a surprise. We are on record to have stated times without number that the Agyapa royalties deal was yet another phony scheme cooked by the corrupt Akuffo Addo Bawumia government for the sole purpose of appropriating the mineral royalties of the country for themselves in perpetuity. Ghanaians would recall that during the intense public debate on the infamous Agyapa deal, the NDC took a principled position to stand with the people of Ghana. We kicked against the whole Agyapa arrangement on grounds that the country's mineral royalties had been grossly undervalued under the opaque deal, and that same was going to deny future governments and generations mineral revenues for development. Consequently, the NDC minority caucus in Parliament staged a walkout when the Agyapa deal was presented to Parliament for approval. Sadly, but unsurprisingly, the corrupt ruling New Patriotic Party used their numbers in Parliament to approve the sleazy Agyapa deal in spite of the huge public outcry over the lack of value for money surrounding the deal. The flag bearer of the NDC and inshallah, the incoming president of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, vowed at the time to cancel the fraudulent Agyapa royalties deal if he won the 2020 general elections. A position that has not changed. Several civil society organizations, including Imani, ISODEC, PIAC, the Ghana Integrity Initiative, IDEC, ISEPA, ASEP, among others, kicked against this ripoff called Agyapa, based on sound arguments and alternative proposals, all of which were ignored by the corrupt and nepotistic Akuffo Addo Bawumia government, who were hell-bent on stealing our mineral royalties. Subsequently, the Office of the Special Prosecutor established in its corruption risk assessment reports that the Agyapa deal was fraught with procurement rigging, statutory breaches, potential money laundering, and inimical to the national interest. Eventually, the chilling details of this report, coupled with sustained pressure from the National Democratic Congress and civil society, compelled the president to shamefully beat a retreat and refer the deal, which he had already given executive approval for, back to Parliament for reconsideration, pending the 2020 general elections. My brothers and sisters, throughout our struggle against this Agyapa heist, we never knew and never imagined that the ruling MPP had spent a staggering $12 million equivalent to 153 million Ghana cedis on this deal. With each passing day, and as the clock ticks to the 7th December 2024 elections, for Ghanaians to kick this irredeemably corrupt government out of office, the countless skeletons in their closet of corruption keep unfolding before our very eyes. These are indeed sad times for the people of Ghana. we in the NDC are completely appalled by the decision of this corrupt government to spend this colossal amount of money on the Agyapa scam, which never saw the light of day. It is unconscionable and, in fact, the height of cruelty that the government of President Akuffo Addo and Bawumia engage in this naked thievery and brazen abuse of the public purse at a time, ladies and gentlemen, that our country was battling the dreaded COVID-19 pandemic, and Ghanaians were already reeling under excruciating hardships. Friends from the media, not even COVID could stop our friends in the MPP from stealing from the people of this country and the suffering masses under the guise of this stinking Agyapa deal. As you may recall, the OSP established beyond every reasonable doubt that the Agyapa deal violated the Public Procurement Law, the Public Financial Management Act, and the 1992 Constitution of Ghana, and therefore, the entire transaction was null, void, and of no effect. The most startling revelation of the OSP in its corruption risk assessment report on the Agyapa scam was the fact that some illegal payments were made to certain entities under the deal. These entities included Databank, a company which was founded and is still owned by Ken Oforiatta, cousin of President Akuffo Addo, the immediate past finance minister, who has been promoted to the position of senior presidential advisor on the economy and special envoy on international investments and the capital markets. The OSP also found similar illegal payments were made to African Legal Associates, a law firm belonging to Gabi Ochredakon, cousin of President Akuffo Addo, who today says he has resigned from Ghana's politics. Ladies and gentlemen, all these payments were found by the OSP to be unlawful, hence null and void. Yet till date, these payments, which did not benefit the country in any way or provide any value to the country, have not been retrieved by the state. These are indeed sad times for the people of Ghana. My brothers and sisters, we all know what good this gargantuan amount of money we are talking about, which is equivalent, like I said, to 153 million cedis and 1.5 trillion old Ghana cedis, could have achieved in Ghana's bankrupt economy if it had been put to judicious use. This money could have sufficed to pay the cost of several months of treatment for all kidney patients in Ghana, 19 of whom died painfully following the shameful closure of the Kolebu renal unit over government's 4 million Ghana cedis indebtedness. We could not get 4 million Ghana cedis to clear the debt at the renal unit at Kolebu, for which reason that whole unit was shut down for months, leading to the avoidable deaths of 19 kidney patients. Why? Because we didn't have 4 million Ghana cedis. Yet we have wasted 153 million cedis on a deal that never materialized, a deal that was aborted owing to our vigilance. Ladies and gentlemen, again, the colossal amount of money we are talking about could have been used to provide childhood vaccines to protect innocent babies from dying from childhood diseases due to the shortage of essential vaccines. You were all in this country not too long ago where we recorded shortages of childhood vaccines, and children died in this country because government said they didn't have money. They had to take our neighbors, Nigeria, to loan us vaccines before we could save and protect our own children. Yet, this government can waste and misappropriate 153 million Ghana cedis of taxpayers' money. Again, ladies and gentlemen, The amount of money we are talking about, if you don't know, could have procured textbooks for basic school children who have gone 5 years without curricular-based textbooks after the introduction of a new curriculum. Again, this $12 million we are talking about, this money that we have lost to sheer greed, selfishness, and corruption, could have paid allowances of national service personnel in Ghana who have not been paid for 4 months and counting as we speak today. Additionally, this huge amount of money we are talking about could have been used to create thousands of jobs for NABCO beneficiaries who have been sent home after they were promised permanent employment. This amount of money, again, could have been used to provide potable drinking water or to construct several cheap compounds or schools for children who are sitting under trees, cheap compounds for people who cannot access healthcare in many deprived communities in Ghana, potable water for many Ghanaians who drink cyanide polluted water, water that animals drink from. We could have used this amount of money for these meaningful investments for the benefit of the country. Sadly, but very characteristic of the corrupt and nepotistic Akuffo Addo Bawumia government, they have distributed all this money among themselves under the guise of expenditure on an aborted, stillborn Agyapa scam. We are totally disgusted, and I believe you are too, by this wanton dissipation of public funds on a needless and useless venture by a government that rode on the back of an anti-corruption campaign into office with a promise to protect the public purse. My brothers and sisters, where did we go wrong? What crime have we committed to deserve this kind of treatment from our own leaders? Why are we being subjected to a constant abuse of our meager state resources by the ruling MPP government? At a time, many cannot even afford 1 square meal a day. At a time, our nation is faced with economic bankruptcy, marked by debt default, an all-time high unemployment rate, high interest rates, the highest in Africa, high inflation rates, and unprecedented socio-economic hardships. What crime have we committed to President Akuffo Addo and his corrupt protege, Alhaji Bawumia? The penchant of this government to hide behind crafty schemes, such as the Agyapa deal, to steal from the people of Ghana is just too much. It is not, if it is not about mortgaging future mineral royalties for a phony offshore entity called Agyapa, then it is about dubious payment of $2 million for a phantom SkyTrain project, which never saw the light of day. From the PDS TV, orchestrated by Alhaji Bawumia, to the unconscionable Ameri Innovation deal, all the way to the stinky SML scandal, this government has been relentless in their greedy pursuit to fleece the state coffers. Ghanaians have had enough of this Akuffo Addo Bawumia administration, which has earned the dubious distinction and reputation as the most corrupt government in the history of Ghana. Today, Ghanaians are suffering because the meager resources of the country, which are supposed to be put to judicious use for the benefit of all Ghanaians, have been hijacked by a select few. This is why today, students are suffering. Teachers are suffering. Nurses are suffering. Doctors are suffering. Market women are suffering. Drivers are suffering. Mates are suffering. Okada riders are suffering. Engineers are suffering. Pastors are suffering. Church members are suffering. Journalists are suffering. Spare parts dealers are suffering. Women are suffering. Men are suffering. Boys are suffering. Girls are suffering. Children are suffering. And all of us are suffering. We are suffering because of the unprecedented corruption we are witnessing under the Akuffo Addo Bawumia government. It is as simple as that. The Agyapa scam, ladies and gentlemen, clearly amounts to willfully causing financial loss to the state. And the culprits must not go unpunished. I want to repeat this for emphasis. Fellow countrymen and women, the Agyapa scam clearly amounts to willfully causing financial loss to the state. And the culprits of same must not go unpunished. We in the NDC and all well-meaning Ghanaians repose huge trust and confidence in the nation builder, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, to pursue and retrieve for the state public funds that have been lost to looting schemes such as this stinking Agyapa scandal, the PDS scandal, the Bosgate scandal, and other acts of naked thievery by officials of the Akuffo Addo Bawumia government and their party apparatchiks. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has demonstrated, both in government and out of government, that he detests corruption and will never condone corruption, nor shield the perpetrators of corrupt acts. He has stated clearly that the days of the corruption clearing agents will officially come to an end come 7th January 2025. When by the grace of God and the people of Ghana, he assumes office as president. He has said and demonstrated before that the sword of the fight against corruption will cut both ways under his government, no matter whose ox is God, whether you belong to his government or not. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, same cannot be said about our main opponents in the upcoming 2024 general elections. I am talking about Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia, the failed vice president and chair of the economic management team, the clueless driver's mate, and the discredited flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, who has proven to be not only dishonest, but very corrupt. This is the man who orchestrated the stinky PDS scandal by deliberately and illegally relaxing the condition precedent of a bank guarantee, thereby aiding PDS to defraud Ghanaians to the tune of 1.5 billion Ghana cedis in electricity tariffs alone. According to the Institute of Economic Affairs, IEA, Ghana lost a whopping $2 billion from this scandal, which was orchestrated by Bawumia alone. Again, this is the man who was named in the announced number 12 investigations and fingered in the Galamsey economy documentary by Kwesi Nyantechi and Charles Adubuayin, respectively, as a collector, arranger, fixer, and receiver of appearance fees, also known as bribes. There's a man who attempted to steal 10 containers of rice belonging to a Ghanaian businessman for Ramadan donations through his director of administration, Wan Kekose. As we speak, the said director of administration is being prosecuted by the Office of Special Prosecutor, yet he still works with the Office of the Vice President. There's a man who continues to lie through his teeth to Ghanaians without any restraint or shame. And I can go on and on and on. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, the fact is simple. The appearance fee merchant Bawumia cannot be trusted to fight corruption because he is himself corrupt. The only way Ghanaians can get to the bottom of the litany of corruption acts and scandals involving officials of this government, including Bawumia himself, is for the good people of Ghana to resoundingly boot the MPP out of office on 7th December 2024. In so doing, our surest bet of exacting genuine accountability will be to vote overwhelmingly for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the NDC to enable us pursue true accountability, which has been missing in our national affairs in the last 7 to 8 years. My brothers and sisters, I stand here with the full blessing of the next President of the Republic of Ghana, Inshallah, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, to inform you, and by extension the good people of Ghana, that the next NDC government will investigate the stinky $12 million Agyapa scandal, retrieve all illegal payments made under same, and ensure that all the perpetrators are prosecuted. The day of accountability and reckoning is fast approaching, and no one found culpable will be left off the hook by the next NDC Mahama government. This is a solemn pledge and our charge to keep when, by the grace of God and the good people of Ghana, the NDC assumes the reins of government in 2025. We call on the Ghanaian electorate not to allow President Akuffo Addo and his corrupt cabal of family and friends install as president their puppet, Alhaji Bawumia, whose sole mission is to cover up the many ills of this remarkably corrupt administration and insulate wrongdoers, including himself, from prosecution and punishment. We are absolutely confident in the Ghanaian people to rise to the occasion and reject corruption, reject nepotism, reject impunity, reject arrogance of power, reject economic mismanagement. Come 7th December 2024. Enough of the corruption, enough of the thievery, enough of the abuse of the public purse, which continues to impose untold hardships and suffering on the entire nation. Enough is enough. Thank you for your attention, and thanks for coming, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, let me do it. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, as the custom is, I did this English presentation, I believe, in about 30 minutes, but I'll try and use 10-15 minutes to summarize the presentation in the three dialects for the benefit of the account stations who are streaming this press conference live. When we are done and you still have questions, we will give you the opportunity to answer that. Thank you for your understanding. Abusuafo ayeshia yeda mu nyina mo ase se yeto yansa frame mu miriti ya wo maba. Ene ye frame a na asem we wo ho ne se na wotwe atwa mi wo mrahye bedwam. Public Accounts Committee a omo na Auditor General ye ihwehwemu efa Oman Ghana isikasem eho a ode ne krata ekogya won no omo ene impenyufo a ewo Mineral Income Investment Fund MIF for edinkita ho about the 2022 Auditor General report wa ababeto Parliament for enim na emra ye toto opanyimpa a odeda saa adwumayeko ya no yi ye toto na no no mrahye bedwafo ewo Public Accounts Committee su bisa ne se ora eye Agyapa deal na aban hyehye se ode ba be ye adwuma amaso no anye bia sika sen e na oman no asen wo ho ora no bie na no a o se sika nko o ma sen wo sa Agyapa deal ne ho no eye kwasi broni America sika no $12 million. O de bay na Ghana sika ni mu a opepe ohadronum miensa 153 million cedis. Na de court ti sika ni mu a eya opepe pepe ohadronum miensa na akiri. Chise sika nko a aban ne se Agyapa deal na akura se maka menweye deal na amaso a Ghana for ye nya so mfaso bia no e ka nko ma bɔ no ho no sa asɛm wei e ya awerɛho sɛm kɛse e ya asɛm a ehu ye NDC for de abɔ ye pusa esan sɛ asɛm yi sate ye de ani de akyire e gina ma ɔman no koma ɔman no ye ne civil society organizations bebree ye Ghana for any aban te ase sɛ sa deal na enya Agyapa deal e ye Agyabɔne deal esan sɛ nipa kakra bi a wa ban ni mu na afa kunturu ase ne fakadam kwan so sɛ ɔman no ya gudi a onyame e de akyɛ yɛn fam agudie te sɛ gold ya bauxite ya manganese aban bi aba no wa baba bejeje hu sika kakra no de aye ɔman ni yie no sa MPP foi afa fakadam kwan so mpɛsɛ ɔmo jeje sika ni nyina carry forward na ɔmo di sika ne nne na ɔmo ne ɔmo busuafo fa na nkyirima bɛba no na ye gold na ɛhyɛ fam no yatɔn ye bauxite no yatɔn manganese no yatɔn sika no so a ye di Agyapa no na se kyire nyina no enti ye ka sɛ ye nte ase da ye ho press conferences empo asɛm yi kɔtɔ mmrahye bedwam ye mmrahye bedwafo e wo ho sa mre no ye wuraharo na dusu na ɛda wɔ na no ɔmo bogu ye ɛto abetia ye ba sɛda mu nyina mu nim ya anom no ɔmo si nkete sɛ ɔmo bɛbɔ ɔman no korɔ no a ɔmo de huhu nya ɔmo hu wo ye de nkra a ɔmo bɛyɛ enti ɔmo dɔɔso kyɛn ye enti they approve the deal na mo bɛkae a ye gusu ye deda ma special prosecutor no ɔwɔ saa mmerɛ no Martin Amidu ɔyɛ na adwen sɛ ɔbɛhwehwɛ asɛm ni mu ɔdɔn nsɛm ni mu asukɔ no ɔde bɛto abɔnten sɛ the NDC ne civil society organizations eka no no kura trodo na se wo hwe Agyapa ni mu yi a procurement mra yetiatia so ye mra fa ye constitution ye sikasa mu nyina yetiatia so enti de omo ye ne ye dream kata hye ne proye in fact se Ghana for be kaya ye se Agyapa deal we enti na Martin Amidu resign ye Agyapa deal we no kopa ahontoma Akuffo Addo man pressure on Bawumia or see a human no crowd on ye bim wejai because of open akuno. Man be catch and say Akuffo Addo ye war mame war primary mame mother serpent of corruption. Yes, asem we are. Enti Martin Amidu did the report to buy no. O man penye Akuffo Addo je ne ho enye because when we say mra no edino. And also we die akurase maka menwe enti matwe asensan yenkoto 2020 abamra na ban ebehu de obeye afa ho e de yen ka bi nhiem yente hwe ya anwe ho da se ade a nko mo peso mo ya ma mo kwa ma mo anye no ombe baba be ka kire kwansi ma se o ma bo ho ka 153 million cedis equivalent to 1.5 trillion ni enim da kopem se auditor general's report equal parliament na mo be kaya sikei Martin Amidu adi kan ya me hu se eye nipa binum wa ban we mu a omo ne omampanya Akuffo Addo ne Bawumia wa pam na sa sikei akwa akodi omo ansa na asem we beto abonten kura no no wa ka kire nse sika ni bi ye de ama African Legal Associates a eye omampanya Akuffo Addo ne ma menuaba Gabi Ochredako ne law firm. Niya disikani biso ama Ken Kuntunkrunku Oforiata, former finance minister, and also Akuffo Addo Maminuaba. The company are from data bank, so mo transaction advisors. Abra sa company si nyina no, omo ni contract papa bia edimu wombrem. Na che se, na nyina so papa bia ni wa ewo hɔ a ɛwɔ sɛ nka yɛgyina so de aban sika titiri die saa de ma wɔn ɛnɛ ɔmo nkyerɛ de ɔmo de saa sika nyinaa yɛ ɔmo sɛ ɔmo de tua consultancy fees ɔmo sɛ ɔmo de rente dan abusuafoɔ 153 million cedis yɛ de rente dan yɛ de han dan ɔmo di sika no asɛ ne kwa ɔmo akyɛ sika no de ama wɔn ho na yɛ deɛ yɛ asɛm a yɛ ka ne sɛ enne se wo hwe ebra ye wom ahokyera ye wom konana ye wom nipa ebre wo mayi mu emu nurses emu doctorfo emu teacherfo emu nsemtwofo emu asofo enkoda emmabunu ene de keka ho a yebra ho kira ye kom adwuma ye nya bi nye sika ye ne yebotom nyina ya ade baako eye krono kata hyehye pro ye ne dwirima ekoso no because sika was ye de oman ni ye emede ye yo ahoto ebre ye nyina no omanpenya Akuffo Addo ne nabusuafo kakra bi Bawumia ne nabusuafo kakra bi agi sika na kentanso enu nti ne ye ebre no because sika o ma fei 153 million cedis enye sika ketwa abusuafo o pepepepe ahadu nu miensa ne akire se ufa sa sika we na wo se kidney patients I wo Ghana nyina ai na omuntu bi ntua dialysis fees e wo kolebu udi tua wo nyina fees amom wo betimi de tua wo nyina fees bro afe wo bi de be free kidney treatment for Ghana for what ayade ni nyina enne enkodan ketenkete a enche kra ne enya vaccines emma wo mo se ye de be bo mo ban ya free intenchem ne childhood diseases enkra mofra yare no ebetimi atosa nuro ni nyina ba bebiri aka sa sikei ye mofra wo suku mu a ene wege impo ye se nkra de da form because empani ho basic schools nkra titi nu yase 5 years in the basic schools in fact yeah the new curriculum aba and so ye nya sika to textbooks e man koda e be den ye mofra ababa be ye mpanyimpa ene ye se adwuma ni ho ti napkofuo ye de omo ka 9 months ye ntimi ntua omo tifie besi ne sikai ke betimi de bia adwuma mo manya bia ye national service fo oma ye adwuma besa bosomi nan ye ko bosomi num ni ye ntua omo ka omala wa kakra bi na ye be say less than 1000 cedis impo ye nya sika ye betua teacher training allowances ye ntua nursing training allowances omo ka so mo betua ye ntua oka bibia aban sika ni ho ena nipa etimi hwere omo nkwa because say ya to kolebu renal unit mu ya say aban di kolebu ka 4 million aban timi ntua but we can waste 153 million on corruption bone ben ye de aye Akuffo Addo ne Bawumia bone ben ye de aye omo se Ghana eye Akuffo Addo ono an Agyapa de a Ghana ye Bawumia nkasa Agyapa de a nka wo befa 153 million cedis we dia say no kwa ye bisa wa wo se wo dia hindan wo dia tua consultancy fees for ade a waya eso amanfa so ama Ghana fo bia sa corruption scandal we bin si Ghana bakosem da na minimum man a e wo wiase a obi betumi aye sa ade we afa ne ho adi na na de ye ka ne se de omaye no omama Ghana hwiri sika titiri die eye krono kese we e chen am robbery krono kese e no mo de abo man no na sika no mafa no eye nipa nkwa no mafa because sika nke ebetumi de asi hospitals e de asa nipa yare no uwi a uchen wudi ni kura sika ye betumi de aye oman ne uwi a uchen am robber enu ti ye de ye gina ha ye ka ne say this is a case of woefully causing financial loss to the state na nya de a omefa omo ho adi ye wura ya de nyina impuntunyuma wura His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say ye mo Ghana fo amane na obi ante titru Alhaji Bawumia say inshallah oba na okita na ketua de bre obia sika no mafa no ye be ye mu hwehwemu baby ye hye bia ye be gye de ama oman no they will not get away with 1 peso of this money mark my words we will retrieve the monies near the 24-hour economy ye be retrieve sika no near the national apprenticeship program ama Ghana for mo pensa no nyuma omo mo pe nyuma enye bia ye that is what the NDC stands for nti abusuafo ye da mo asese mo aba na de ka atwa to no se ye wura Mahama nko na betimi akasa se yo because ono osia woyo ena katasese ne proyeso de ne ye wura Mahama ni twaka bia mo amunim owo akonwa so na ne sekan na ye sekan nufa nu atwa bankum twa nifa emra ne diwa adiw onkasa wo ye ne party ni nti wa clear ono onye corruption clearing agent nti o ma me clear bia te said ye na ote akonwa so a corruption scandals e see bia o hwe ma hwehwemu ko so ma ye jeje sa sika ni nyina ma wo man no May dia so twe mapa ma wo mo a no mu di sansem ne ho fo no. This time around, he will not shield anybody. Na mo amu nim se wo pana de Jack Toronto nua ketewa no. Enya de ono de obetumi aka bibi sei. Because ono kata hyehyɛ ne proye no. Ne nan sim, ne nsa sim, na no sim, na fu sim, ena ne to so ye den esim. Alhaji Bawumia asem ne yeken. Ono na omampenye Akuffo Addo no akata hyehyɛ ne proye duane na ye de ma no ma ne kɔkyekyɛ ma ministers no. Enti ono on to me in case of fight corruption. Because oye very corrupt. Mo angaza mu ni PDS. Eti kromwa na Bawumia kofa Africa damfo bi. Mo de fake documents ebeji ECG boss. JJ light bills nkwa 1.5 billion cedis. Besi ne the light bills na aduane emeka aka na fonsa. Alhaji Bawumia ntimi nye won hwe. The same Bawumia mo bekai. Anas Arimi ya wanas koye galamse economy wiwemu yeche Minister of State Charles Adubuahe se okase Bawumia de oprobi oje bribe o presidency class captain. The bribe no so onye ni cedis oje ne dollars $200,000 appearance fee. Eno na ama cedi no kra na ni ahoden no. Abusianfo another documentary ye koye ya by the same Anas a mampenye Akuffo Addo position o ka so de ne principle be ko eti akata hyehyɛ ne proye na ya san so achi Bawumia a nyantachi se ono so Bawumia de ope bribe pa the same Bawumia and then the dinfo fro a rice master esan say businessman bia ode ne mo aba o man Ghana mu 10 containers of lily rice e pot. Yes, say Wama meyi edi 60 days. And inti wa start say ye won krata se makotua hu duty akoje ne mo. Onkonko hwe a owura Bawumia office atre letter ba se mo no o mampanyi abedi eche Bawumia hia o de kwa akoye achiriwia donation Ramadan donation. Abuziafo unsuru ala. Kronwa de ye de yadoye for Ramadan. Haram kesiye se abuziafo. Yes, so omumu amuso oh na Bawumia ni mo hwe na letter no abrantie bi won the office keko se on the tray ne director of administration asema mi ke no kreto do wa di nwachi nya bia gugu wo behu me no ka say special prosecutor gina court wa all prosecutors are abrantie ye di na asem de den abrantie no so ye Kristo ni so de o de Ramadan mo ye de nje si den na Bawumia be ka say Kristo ni na ehia mo no abrasa mre no na ye di Ramadan na abusuafo muntie ni ye o se abrantie na nkasa na ewia ne mo a se Kristo ni owia mo akocha ma Ramadan fo a identity till date Bawumia a wagu nanimu ase oda so ni owura na ye adwuma wo ne office imprimprin a ye kese identity a benyufo se opanyi ntire fie ma sefo amfo ena opanyi no tire fie ma mofra we nanka na ebu nankawefo a oka ho de entia on to me kan hwe nkyira abrantie ne se wonim se oya abrantie ne bete ne to because we anya se ye bu nankawefo no ka ho keke ono ankasa ne soma ne se onkoye ne wakwakoye. So this is a man who cannot fight corruption because he is himself corrupt. John Mahama is incorruptible. John Mahama is incorruptible. And unti ena we di MP, we di deputy minister, we di minister, we di omampenyi abedi akire, we di omampenyi ababa ye former president e konfie nwotwini ensem wa ye kato ne su nyina enho adanse ba akokura ni ho aba ba akokura ni wa MPP fo atimi de ho adanse aba yen friend Yokoda yen friend police station da yen friend no ba akono kra de sen yen friend ba bi ada ene yen fa ne nkokot yen because ne hu so sa brobe obe so mo man ni ye ebe ye enwuma pa ene ayensa na ho anchiri manyina ba be di so mfa so. This is the man we are talking about, and this is the man who is promising say woba sa sikatitiri die 1.5 trillion old cedis sika ya sheshegu articulator so even in 200 Ghana cedis notes me just say be articulator be 100 e sika titiri die pa e sika sombo na eya areho Say ya yempanyimfo a yato abama womo. Omo ba omo den sem de ba omo beto ye mrade monso ye hwe monso ye hwe. Enne omo de sa akro no yi edi yen. Omo ka kire nse ba ko ka kire nse wanyini too much so be wi ayisika. O say I'm too old to steal your money. Sa na ono de o chen. Eni ti abusuafo ye frame a na de wo ho nyina no no. Mama ma yenka ya no ntum because Ghana is the only country we have. Monsem trofo mo na mo ka bi ewom. Mo na mo ka bi Ghana for bete. MPP fo hu se omobọ kro no ne ye kakakakra ye bejai. Sem trofo mo so mu da ba akoda mienu ye bejai. Abusuafo ye ntumi nya ne saa. Ye ntumi nya ne business as usual. We cannot allow these crooks to get away with all these serious crimes. This is the time to take a stand for Ghana. It is not about being an NDC person. Let's use our platforms to sustain pressure on them and to make sure that these guys are booted out of office. Nanse samba atentre ne beba. Ama baby yesika shebia no yakwa akoje e dia be your mind ye. Onyame hira mu nyina samaba. So I can see from your faces that you don't have any questions for me. Right? Yes. Thank you very much that you don't have any questions for us. While the music is going on, but even before we play the music interlude, I have a very important announcement for you. Please listen to me very carefully. There is, if you're streaming live for the press conference, you can cut us off now. But you can see that today.
Bless you. Now God bless you. Ghana mine na munchie me. Kodanya me asama me kai minim se ebi emfa ni ye. Ebi so be fa ni ye. Me di ka be kasafa NDC ni MPP ho. Ene me ka trete ba me so a ne dos.
Aw.
Na Mr. Omampani Nanado, I love you. But here, what bemuno threatening womudo.
Aw.
Unkwani present ya wapa Ghana. Wa memu kabima minkibia nyadwuma ewum. Me betre madwene unko for frame trete me. MPP for frame trete me no. Ya trete kitwa. Nanado. Tie me. Ma mo trete woni ma ban no. Se eka mo ko anka na Nanado ntimi me ye president dawo. Ebi kwa wa wo frame trete me mebusua na eto abama MPP do do so che wodi no. Asa eka bi me ka bi onko an wo busua ntimi si president o. Nti sanse hunu na ya mo frame nipa ekeka no munya ekeka. MPP ama mo onko an obi kwetire na adwere yetimi kunu kura.
Aw.
Adai ti obi antra na adwen. Ona mama ti akonya so MPP for obi amaka de ope. Ada na motisa. Mo ya ma mo jejire mo tiri mo dodo. E ka tira mo. Mo ya ma mo jejire mo tiri mo. Mo petrate ndodo. Abai no ye ka se ti kabima mi kabino mo nti ase ho. Mi no so obu befu ba me mfa ho. Obu fu ana yede. Obi kwatire na bi mutimi frɛ ni patrete no be ka course an ofo frɛ ani ade adai wo ye ne ya bo ne manze ndi Ghana de Ghana eye de Ghana wa wo frɛ me trete ni de Ghana eye look at Ghana since ya Ghana me no ka say from 2023 even to 2024 Ghana ye president wa o president no wan ye president wa asa ma menwe me ho o man ya president woman na yesi
Yes, yeah.
Huh? Asa, ya munya sa o. Munya sa. The MPP said the TBA no 2024. Mo be ko opposition. O mo be trechire akwe board ni bi. Mo be trechire ye ka na mo bofu. Ba wo ye ni ya ka de wo be ye no na be bokwa ya ma wo. Obi ni wa wo be ya de pa wo be condemn wo da. What does here? Enti ye re ya sitrem ni ato ya ba. And then I'm not yet. The crying.
I had the
Akuffo Addo Sika billions of cities. I want them. Sika, yes, some machines ya could work 6 hours. And I must say, I'm finished Sika man. But what? About the local assembly. Abaya Beria Sia, I'm Ghana. amaga a tree ya call woo or say amania the soon I will walk any I want to tell any I saw woo AMPP abana.
Telling you.
The cattle plane. Yebedi Brenya 2023, Yebedi Brenya 2024. We are sorry for saying about it to me bar for real or them. I now so what woman to make us.
Oh.
Papa man, Yama Yama, would such member when you do
Everything is hard.
But I gonna be too full. Especially Kumasimai. When you were yet 20 people, you were yet 20 people.
I come.
Now you fire one guinea. Now you see any pa.
Oh.
You were yet 20 people, dear MPP Yamas and mine, dear MPP Yamasa, who got your dear MPP Yamas and mine. To the member to my yes and Tamakati.
Let's move on.
Sapunyaso. Obakacha said, yea, dear Betua Bamano, I'm gonna be dear PP and Nimno, or only a tiffo. Not just say, or by say, or Bonnie Benny I am. Nani, Bonnie Bay. And two by said, yea, your Bonnie I am said, Yatua Bama said president. Now, oh man, you're much serious. And Yama a cow as a Sabbath way. So now again to me. Now, into what to wow, Sebi slow. What to wow, what to the said Ghana, and you pass saying your motor. I'm warning you.
And that
MP4, MP Penny 4. Now, already I will call. More Hannah Manu party no. Party in Woguno. I used to have a fire one day. Emma Tomaba man pipi, the Tony Prenu, the Tumananadum Prenu. Massa, you have a fear one day. A rabbit slow, a correct a minute. Ramaka, a prayer says yes at the Omoya Kumasi in a fracadam. We quarry, Omun Rubia. It is some runabout, won't bet my. I quite a year areas and a year runabout. What your friends overhead? Why can't be true? What's with that? Yeah, you overhead really, I am quite. Do overhead room away. And I put that address. When you say, Kumas mine, you be fire one day. Oh, my young fire one day. The Salamo. Oh, my young fire one day. Ghana soft one for one day. Members move from one day. We are singing our gun and I'm for one day. I want people. Mama tell me and you need you. And let Sika would have back of my whole day. Coronavirus quite infused as yet as such a coronavirus type. That is why. I'm not going to be any coronavirus. I know that members were you tell coronavirus, you know. Nana dear Nade. What's your boy in there? You want to find every would you live? Would you win? Would you win? Would you win? Would you win? Wouldn't you find your feed? A riding show, a riding count. My number is 0243-884541. 0243-884541. Minimum so go befu. And so young one at Waba. On one at Waba. Vote yes. MP Bia vote to your one. Minister Bia vote to your one. President vote to your one. Sofu Bia vote to your one. Akulanya me vote to your one. Usu vote to your one. Dancing Guno. Already slow.
I am a boat or Ghana. It is a castle. Or may you hear my. Nenam a memoir enquayetino. A come there.
The country where I come from, the truth is ironic. Just like animal farm, justice mean inequity. So who go say the truth? Who go say the truth? Christian can say silence, Islamic leaders silence, kings and queens silence, traditional leaders silence. So who go say the truth? We are the workers of confused call. Now by area why no better. We are the workers of confused call. One guy's why no better. Who go say the truth? Who go say the truth? Oh, he need it now, see what's I see so. Now your friend on a night come asem. Only papi obeka na sembia. So I'm one kwa, obet you. Everybody was afraid. Tina Nantuma Kotiti Ajanai. Once na board dumping one anachi. But who go tell the truth? Nanai or say me. Nanso bien person beka wasam because everybody is afraid. Anya safwe muayini. Akuku drofo nyina dalima. Enti who go say the truth? Obiadra konson so to grow your man set to me be a kakobrafo. Efo anyina ye. Efo when you know yet. Na so kutrata down na so be dia back or why no keke. I fene for be man mo pia for efo ne cross on my mo. Hanya safwe mo ayini. Akuku trofo nyina dalima. Enti who go say the truth? Abaya di bote chino. Yedi bi bebo nyande bi. Kachi sa would your mouth pipinuma. Would your mind never shine my frafonsa? But who go tell the truth? TUC silence. Even journalists silence. Oh, then who go say the truth? Right is right. Wrong is wrong, no matter how you justify. You say you wanna get rid of corruption. Someone want to help you. Now the person become your target. Jobless no they mean senseless. Poverty no they mean useless. One day them go resist.
Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
Dedi kama amena PENDREAM TV ase. Na so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Ah nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.
Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.